You've been told the wrong story about habits. You think discipline keeps the bulb on. You think motivation pushes the current. You think missing a day breaks the system. But here's the truth. The brain doesn't reinforce what you want. It reinforces what it can confirm. Fast, often, calmly, without friction. Most people chase the glow of the habit. They never study the wiring that powers it. But today, you're opening the wall. You're seeing the wiring. And once you understand the wiring, the glow takes care of itself. There is a structure older than goals, older than motivation, older than self-improvement culture. It has 3 points: a triangle, a loop, a system. The anchor. The cycle that already repeats on a schedule you can't break. The tracker. A tiny signal placed where your hand already reaches when the anchor happens. The habit. The new behavior that borrows momentum from the anchor until the brain adopts it. You've seen this triangle in everything. You just never named it. Nature built this system first. Wolves don't learn hunting through desire. They learn because the pack always returns to the den. The anchor is the den. The tracker is the pack's reaction. The habit is wired silently later. Trees don't grow toward the sun because they try to be consistent. They grow because the sun returns daily. The anchor is the sun cycle. The tracker is photosynthesis. Growth direction is the habit result. You've lived this triangle without realizing. From birth, your brain watched feedback loops instead of ambition loops. Babies don't build sleep habits by discipline. The referee is the feeding and circadian cycle that repeats daily. Tracking is comfort, crying, warmth, and touch response. Sleep behavior is wired silently later. School doesn't build learning habits through desire. The anchor is the classroom schedule that repeats daily. The tracker is grades, attendance, and peer feedback. You thought you were copying habits from people. You were copying them from environments. Workplaces don't wire consistency through motivation. The referee is weekly or daily office cycles. The tracker is manager feedback, performance numbers, paycheck cadence. The habit is wired later, not the cycle itself. Tracking doesn't happen during the habit. It happens during the anchor, the routine that repeats whether the habit's scored or not. The tracker must live where your hand already reaches inside the anchor's automatic cycle. Not before it starts, not after it ends. During the motion that already exists. Because if you forget to mark it, you will still see it. And seeing it makes missing it rare. Tracking must not exceed 2 to 5 seconds, because that's the window the brain gives before labeling something a chore. 1 mark only. No setup. No emotional overhead. Circuit closed before resistance appears. Daily referee scores daily games. Weekly referee scores weekly games. If the habit is weekly, the anchor must also return weekly. Match the cycle, and the signal persists long enough for adoption. Redundancy is the insurance. If the tracker lives in only one anchor, it can break. If it lives in 2 to 3 stable anchors, the wiring survives. Same tiny signal mirrored. Same 2 to 5 second friction cap. Same visibility guarantee. Tracking fires because the referee returned again, not because the habit was flawless. Reduce the habit size if you must. Never reduce the feedback mark. Because the brain adopts what closes repeatedly, not what burns brightly once. The brain's final verdict. When the tracker closes inside stable anchors long enough, the brain stops negotiating. It concludes, this path keeps confirming itself. Keep it. Not a feeling, a conclusion based on repetition. Marcus set a New Year goal. Run a half marathon by summer. Big goal, little discipline, high hope. But instead of forcing consistency, he rewired the environment first. He detected 3 stable referees. Morning phone unlock, first coffee sip, Sunday night calendar-driven desk planning cycle. The tracker had 3 lines only. Run today? Yes, no. Effort level, 1 number. Weekly total miles, 1 number. Placement was simple. Lock screen widget for the daily check. Paper tracker under the mug base. Notebook tracker at the top of the first Sunday planning page. First 10 days. Marcus missed 6 runs. But he never missed seeing the tracker, because the anchor always returned again on schedule. Week 3. Marcus reduced the run from 5 miles to 1 mile, so the loop could close calmly. The feedback mark never shrank. By month 2, Marcus filled the tracker every cycle without negotiation, borrowed the current into his running shoes, and the New Year goal finally stuck quietly into the system. Not because Marcus changed himself, but because Marcus redesigned the sockets, the fence posts, and the road, and they redesigned him back. If you're here for surface habits, this channel isn't for you. If you're here for the wiring that scales. Comment. Found the wiring. Subscribe only if you want the real drivers, because the glow was never the power. The wiring was.